was in the choir for I think nearly 10 years actually, and that's really where I was stretched and challenged and inspired, and yeah, I grew up. So, and since then, I've done various things, and it's just been it's my life. It's part of my life. That's it's huge.
Cool, that's awesome. And you mentioned London Community Gospel Choir.
Yeah.
What was it like to be part of such a well-known and loved choir?
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I went to watch a concert, and funny enough, I hadn't at the time that I'd gone to watch a concert, I hadn't actually heard of them before.
Oh, really?
Just went to watch a concert, loved it. Went up to Reverend Basil, and I said I want to join. So he said, yeah, come in for an audition, and I did that, and that was it. And it was amazing. I mean, I travelled various places with them. As you know, they move around quite a lot.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing experience. Yeah.
Cool. So you was a choir director from in your teens. So how did you go from being a singer to leading an entire choir? It must have been a big responsibility at such a young age.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of it was one of those where you were just kind of thrown in at the deep end,
Yeah.
because there was nobody else. And so I remember the first choir that I led. I was 18, I think, at the time, 18, 19, and practically everyone there was older than me. But it seemed that I had more experience, in terms of music, and so I was the leader. And yeah, I had to kind of grow up and learn how to deal with, when you're trying to tell an older person what to do in my culture where I come from. You got to do that with some wisdom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned a lot, and it just kind of grew from there, really. So then I went on to youth groups, which for me is absolutely amazing. I love working with young people. It's inspiring. It keeps your energy up, and they've got so much to give. So so NXGen Choir, which is the I suppose the mass youth choir of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, which is the body that I belong to, was a choir that when it started out, I was the choir director for that. But at one point, I think about 100 strong. So yeah, it was good.
What's been the biggest lesson that you've learned?
Music-wise, or just generally?
Well, just generally, actually.
I think for me, one thing that I do say is that in every situation in life, there's a lesson to be learned. And the quicker you learn the lesson, the better for you, and then move on. So learn your lesson quick and move on. Ups and downs that come in life, they come for a reason, either because we kind of did things that got us there, or they're just part of our learning curve. So whatever situation you're in, learn that lesson quick and move on.
I imagine you must learn a lot of things from the young people, because it must be really challenging working with young people.
Yeah. So they're bold. They pretty much say it as it is. Keep you on your toes, but so inspiring with what they can do, and the energy that they have. If you want to, as a pastor as well, we find that when we are dealing with those who are, obviously maybe older, family commitments and all that sort of stuff, but with young people, young, free, kind of able to get up and go. So they've got a lot of energy and can put a lot, into whatever it is that they set their mind to. So
cool. Well, it's a really exciting season in your life. You just released a single. Is that your debut single?
It is, yeah.
So okay, so it's called Change. So tell me about Change.
So change is, I suppose, a cry out to God, and it's really recognizing that, okay, it's kind of when you get to that place where you're saying, okay, is this it, Lord? There's got to be more. I know there's more. And whatever it takes, whatever needs to be done, just do it, Lord. Just whatever it is that needs to happen right now. And sort of the inspiration came from, that scripture that talks about Jabez, that he cried out to the Lord one day and just said, I just enlarge my coast, enlarge my territory, just bless me, do something. And so and I suppose the words come out in that way. It is a desperate cry out, and I think it's something that people identify with a lot. So I've had a lot of positive feedback and testimonies from it, and particularly in this season, there's a lot of change, as we know. Change here in the UK, change in the US, change everywhere. And so yeah, I felt it was apt for the season, and yeah, let it out there. And I just felt to release it as a free download, so it because I felt it was just something that people would connect to, and wanted it to be a blessing to as many as possible.
Cool. And so what's next? Is there going to be another single, an album?
So I'm working towards an album at the moment, which will be out in the spring. And so there'll be obviously a few tracks on there. I suppose there's something in there for everyone, really. So there are things that you'd be able to sing in your local church. There are things that you can just sit back and listen to. There are things you can dance to. If you like the African flavor, you'll find something there as well. So that's the kind of mix that's coming up in spring.
Cool. And something that I didn't know until very recently is that you have a brother who is well known to us at Premier Gospel, is Faith Child.
Yes.
So do you have a musical family? Is all of your siblings musical?
Most of us, yes. So when we were younger, myself and my sisters, there are 5 of us altogether. I'm the eldest of 5. Faith Child is the youngest. And we have 3 girls and 2 boys. So as the girls, we sang for a while together under the name Eternal Excellence, and we went about various places. We released an EP at the time, actually. So the family is very musical, and yeah, so I like to say that I taught Faith Child everything, So when we were younger, I remember there was a group of young guys around his age and a bit older at the time that they were really into the garage scene at the time, and so I used to take them around to various spaces performing, and he wasn't quite old enough at the time to be part of the group, but he'd tag along and he'll be doing his thing. But obviously he then took it when all the others sort of went their different ways. He took it and ran with it, and so really proud of him.
Cool. Well, that is the bit that I am really excited about, and it is inside this big red biscuit tin.
Right.
So in this biscuit tin are the awkward and tough questions. So I'm going to ask you to pick a question out of here and answer it as honestly as you can.
Lord, help me now. Okay. Oh, I'll take him too. When was the last time you completely messed up in the kitchen? Okay, so, well, maybe it's not a complete mess. I like to think that I don't completely mess up in the kitchen.
Okay.
But, so I do a pasta bake that my children love. And the last time that I did it, I don't know what happened, but it wasn't quite the same. And my eldest daughter was like, I said, oh, guys, it's not quite. She said, yeah, Mommy, it's not quite there. I was like, well, you didn't really have to say that. You could have been a bit more polite about it. So yeah, it's not like your usual. It's okay. So yeah, so there we go. I like to think I don't usually mess up in the kitchen.
Okay, so it wasn't a complete disaster.
It wasn't
It was like nearly burning down the kitchen disaster.
No, I didn't burn my kitchen. No. I don't think I've had that experience. Oh, actually.
Oh, okay. This sounds like
so
something
I
interesting.
remember actually a couple of weeks ago, I was cooking some stew, as you do if you're Nigerian. And I thought I'd turned it off. It turns out I hadn't, and turned it down, and we'd gone out to church and came back, I think, like 2 hours later. And no, the house hadn't burnt down, thank God, but yeah, stew was well and truly toasted, so yeah. So yeah, we were thanking God about that one. So that was my mess. There you go.
How can we follow you on social media?
So, I have my Facebook, Angela Falaja, you'll find me there. Twitter, again, it's at Angela Falaja. Instagram, same thing. So it should be easy enough. Also have a website, angelafalaja.com, and you can contact me via that as well.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to get into the single, but I'm going to let you introduce it for us.
Okay. So the single's called Change, and comes from a deep place, and I hope that it connects with you. It's out as a free download on my website. It's out on Spotify. It's out on Amazon and iTunes as well, but you will have to pay for it there. So hope you enjoy it. Change.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.